Looks like Senator Rubio. So we will now move to our item number 11, SB 616. Morning.
Good morning, Chair and members of the committee. Today I'm proud to present SB 616, Piqui's Law. I'm here to speak on behalf of murdered children, domestic violence survivors, and parents who have suffered unimaginable tragedy. They have lost their children to an abusive parent. I want to take a moment to acknowledge 3 mothers who are still grieving. Ileana Gutierrez, whose 3 daughters, Semia, Samantha, and 10-year-old Samara, 9 years old, were brutally gunned down at a church in Sacramento in February during a court-ordered mandated visit. They died at the hands of their father. Maria Vasquez, whose 23-year-old daughter, Yesli Velasquez Gonzalez, only 23-year-old, and her only grandson, Angel, were gunned down by her boyfriend in my city 2 weeks ago. Angel had just turned 6 last month and proudly held his certificate of graduation from kindergarten in a school where I once taught. And I'm joined here today by Ana Esteves, whose 5-year-old son, Piqui, was murdered by his father. Another court-mandated visit. This bill is named after her son, Piqui, a horrific family court story that she will share with you in a moment. SB 616 is important because it will mandate judges and everyone involved in domestic violence and child custody proceedings to receive critical ongoing domestic violence and child abuse training. Piqui's Law will allow California to use federal funding that is now available from the Violence Against Women's Act as well. It will prioritize child safety by clarifying that we must put the health, safety, and welfare of children first. And will clarify that family reunification services can't be ordered. It is too important not to. Children deserve better. These mothers deserve better. And the 851 children now reported murdered since 2008 at the hands of a separating or divorcing abusive parent deserve better. Today, here with me are 2 witnesses, Ana Esteves, a champion for victims, and the mother of Piqui. And I have with me as well Kathleen Russell, Executive Director for the Center for Judicial Excellence, who is my bill sponsor. Thank you.
Thank you. First witness, please.
Good morning, Chairman Stone and members of the committee. My name is Ana Esteves, and I would like to begin by expressing how honored I am to be speaking on behalf of my son. I sit before you as a constituent of Long Beach, a veteran of the United States Army, a former elementary school principal, but most importantly as a mother and advocate. An advocate for children who suffer at the hands of an abusive parent. And children who often fall victim to our family court. My purpose here today is to share my personal testimony, to recognize the critical role that you, as California's leaders, play in the lives of others, and to provide an opportunity for you to reflect on how the murder of an innocent child can influence the decisions you make and the way you choose to serve your constituents in the future. According to the Center for Judicial Excellence, since 2008, at least 84 children have been murdered by a parent in California, most of whom were divorcing, involved in a custody dispute, or experiencing systemic failure. One victim, a 5-year-old boy, was suffocated to death while he slept in the back seat of his father's car. That 5-year-old boy was my son, Aramaz Andresian II, lovingly known as Piqui. In April 2016, I told my ex-husband that I wanted a divorce. And although he pretended to be distraught, I know that my ex-husband actually began plotting how he was going to hurt my son and me, especially after he articulated that we could do this the right way, or I can go for the jugular. Both my son and I became his targets, and because family court defaults to the belief that custody should be shared equally amongst parents, I could no longer protect my son the way he needed to be protected. 5 months into our divorce, my ex-husband filed false allegations with Child Protective Services and coerced my son into lying to social workers. The allegations were investigated by 2 law enforcement agencies, a forensic child psychologist, a mental health consultant, and a medical professional. My son informed the social worker, while in the presence of 2 detectives, that his father made him tell the story. In an interview with the police officer, my son described how his father physically and emotionally abused him. In a report to Child Protective Services, the forensic therapist informed the social worker that it was her belief that my son was being coached and that there were major inconsistencies with his story. The mental health consultant who interviewed my son asked if he was afraid of his father. He responded, "I don't want to talk about that." All of the above referenced evidence was submitted to the judge. He ignored the reports and allowed my ex-husband to maintain joint custody. In December of 2016, I filed for a restraining order against my ex-husband. In addition to the evidence provided, I subpoenaed 3 law enforcement officers from different agencies to testify on documented lies and abuse toward my son. The same family court judge disregarded the evidence and ruled against allowing testimony from the officers, stating that they were there for custody reasons, not abuse. And at the end of the hearing, the judge stated that my ex-husband, a murderer, gave a testimony that was more credible than mine, and denied my request once again for a restraining order and supervised visits. In April of 2017, we returned for the final time to court for a parenting plan assessment. During the interview, I shared with the evaluator that my son was afraid of his father. I elaborated on the emotional abuse and tried to provide evidence to refute my ex-husband's lies. The evaluator stated she didn't have time to review what I brought and needed to complete the evaluation report for the judge by 1 p.m. Once again, the evidence was ignored. My request for sole custody with supervised visits was denied. And 8 days later, my son was murdered. On April 21st of 2017, my ex-husband suffocated my son in the backseat of his vehicle while he slept, strapped in his car seat after a day-long trip to Disneyland. According to homicide detectives, my ex-husband then drove for 2 hours with my son's lifeless body in the backseat of his car and proceeded to dump his body on a heavily wooded hillside in Santa Barbara County. During the homicide investigation, detectives seized evidence and discovered that my ex-husband began planning my son's murder shortly after the restraining order hearing. My ex-husband committed these heinous crimes because of me wanting a divorce and trying to protect my son. My ex-husband took the only thing that mattered most to me in this world, my only child. In June of 2018, I sat at this very table to advocate for Piqui's resolution, which focused on child safety, judicial training, and court reform. Many of you were present during my testimony and voted aye in support of the resolution. On August 23rd, Piqui's resolution passed unanimously on the Assembly floor with 76 co-authors. It is my hope today and every day forward that you recognize the importance of protecting children and maintain a sense of urgency when it comes to child safety in family court. What you choose to do here today will make a difference to thousands. You can choose to save innocent lives, protect children who suffer at the hands of an abusive parent, and be the voice of 84 murdered children here in California. I wholeheartedly ask you, the committee, to support Senate Bill 616, also known as Piqui's Law, without reservation. I thank you for your time, your compassion, and leadership that guides you to make decisions that are right and just.
Thank you. Next witness. I've given quite a bit of latitude to the previous witness. I ask you to be brief.
Sure. Chairman Stone, members of the committee, Kathleen Russell with the Center for Judicial Excellence. We are committed to protecting the rights of domestic violence and child abuse survivors in our states and nation's family courts, and to increasing judicial accountability throughout the branch. I'm going to focus my comments briefly on another portion of the bill, which is the ban of reunification programs, which are court-ordered. Many people are not familiar with these programs, but they are increasing in terms of courts ordering these children who are abused children into motel rooms for 4 days to the tune of $40,000 that an abusive parent pays in order to have the children threatened that they will never see their safe parent again unless they cooperate. They are withheld, food is withheld from the children. Many of them are yelled at. One recently was assaulted. These programs are not registered or licensed in the state of California, and yet children are being flown from other states to California motel rooms to be threatened that they have to recant the physical and sexual abuse that they've experienced as children. So these are incredibly damaging. We have Family Code Section 3026, which says that these programs should not be allowed. There was a recent court decision, Funk v. Harris, that specifically asked the legislature to clarify which types of programs this code section should ban. And so this bill addresses that statutory ambivalence. We respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Others in the hearing room in support of SB 616. We will not take further testimony, but name, affiliation, and support.
Good morning. My name is Carly Hessel. I come to you as a domestic violence survivor, as well as a mother of 2 children who are currently victims of the family court system, and I support this bill.
My name is Sandy Ross, and I'm a protective parent of a child who survived barely the court system, so I strongly support this bill.
I'm Tanya Sacco from Sacramento, and I'm also a protective parent.
My name is Donna Esteves, and I'm Piqui's maternal grandmother, and I'm asking you, please, no, I'm begging you, please support this bill. Thank you.
My name is Cynthia Snooks Granados, and I support this bill, SB 616.
Shaylan Rodriguez from Chino, mother, friend, teacher, and I strongly support this bill.
Kimberly Ortiz, West Covina, mother, friend, and I support this bill.
Scott Tomlinson, I'm a retired homicide investigator from Los Angeles County, and I support this bill.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, operator, would you open the lines for anyone who would like to indicate support for SB 616? Again, we will not take further testimony, but name, affiliation, and support.
Certainly, thank you. And it is 1-0 at this time. We'll go first to line 188. Please go ahead.
My name is Brittany Elmore, resident of Los Angeles, and I support SB 616.
158.
Good morning. Anya Kaplan, Ladera Ranch. I strongly support SB 616.
218.
Hi, my name is Latia Suttle, protective parent and U.S. Army veteran, just like Anna Estevez, who is a U.S. Army veteran, and I strongly support Piqui's Law, SB 616.
Line 86.
Hi.
Line 86.
Hi, my name is Helen. My name is Helen Choi. I'm a friend. I'm a mother. I'm an educator, and I support Piqui's Law. Thank you.
Next is 148.
Hi, my name is Soraya Satel. I am in El Dorado County. I'm a registered nurse, state of California, and I strongly support SB 616, Piqui's Law.
124.
Cortland Bridges with the Kai Alicia Thomas Foundation, mother of a murder victim, grandmother. I strongly support this bill.
37.
Catherine Campbell with California Protective Parents Association. We strongly support Piqui's Law, SB 616.
Line 90.
Krista Guerrero, mother and private citizen from Los Angeles County, strongly support this bill.
199.
Hello, this is Esteban Valencia, friend, and I strongly support this bill.
Line 54.
Good morning, Kim Robinson, family law attorney from Oakland, California, in strong support of this bill, Piqui's Law. Thank you.
Line 25.
Good morning, Elizabeth Dodson, domestic violence survivor and protective parent, and I strongly support this bill. Thank you.
178.
Hi, this is Devin Cormier, and I strongly support Piqui's Law, SB 616. Thank you.
204.
Good morning. This is Dr. Brennan Carr from Huntington Beach, and I strongly support this bill.
183.
Hi, my name is David Velarde, also on behalf of Cristina Velarde. We both wholeheartedly support this bill, SB 616.
Line 223.
Hi, my name is Ann. Hi, my name is Ann McNellis. I'm an RN in El Dorado County, and I strongly support this bill, SB 616.
Line 203.
Good morning. My name is Daniel Bagby, friend, public school educator, retired, resident San Bernardino County, calling in strong support of Senate Bill 616, Piqui's Law. Thank you.
Line 168.
Good morning. My name is Margaret Nesbitt. I'm an educator, parent, colleague of Anna, and we strongly support SB 616, Piqui's Law.
Line 23.
Hi, my name is Esperanza DeCormis out of Tulare County. I am a domestic violence survivor and mother of a child abuse survivor, and I strongly support Piqui's Law. Thank you.
Line 57.
Hi, my name is Aurora Carlos from West Covina, California. I am a survivor of domestic violence. I am also a mother of an adult murdered son and a friend, and I strongly support SB 616, Piqui's Law.
141.
Christina Eisenacher, protective mother, victim of domestic violence. My daughter's a victim of child sexual abuse, and also on behalf of Me Too Family Court, where thousands of mothers throughout California have contacted us facing the same situation. We strongly support SB 616.
Line 180.
Is that me?
Yep.
This is Marissa McGinnis, founder of the Me Too Family Court Movement, and we vehemently approve Senate Bill 616, Piqui's Law.
Line 24. Your line's open. We'll go to line 205.
Mercedes Castro, Azusa Chamber of Commerce, and we strongly support this bill.
Line 74.
Hello, I'm Dr. Kimberly Dunbar from the Los Angeles Unified School District, and I wholeheartedly, strongly support SB 616 as an educator and a former domestic violence survivor, and I am the big sister of Anna. Thank you.
162. Line 162. Line 34.
Hi, my name is Marika. I'm from Santa Barbara. I'm a nonprofit director, and I'm the sister and aunt of current survivors of abuse, and I am strongly in support of SB 616 Piqui law.
Line 240.
This is Leslie Van Hook Bennett, and I am a law intern calling on behalf of the University of California Irvine School of Law Domestic Violence Clinic's clients in strong support of SB 616. Thank you.
236.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Hilton. I am a California family law attorney. I'm a domestic violence survivor, and I am a protective parent, and I strongly support this bill.
Line 216.
Hi, my name is Lisa Saldivar, elementary school principal, in strong support of Senate Bill 616, Piqui's Law.
Line 159.
Melissa Knight Fine, Legislative Coalition to Prevent Child Abuse, in strong support.
Line 186.
Hi, my name is Bianca Villalpando, protective mother and father, and grandmother as well, and I strongly support Piqui's Law, SB 616.
Line 215.
Angie Gamboa, friend of Anna, strong supporter for SB 616. Thank you.
Line 226.
My name is Denise Roberts. I am a strong supporter of SB 616.
Line 229.
My name is Derek Ramage. I'm a retired LAUSD administrator, former colleague and friend of Ana Estevez. I passionately support SB 616, Piqui's Law. Thank you.
156.
Hi, my name is LaWanda Hawkins, Los Angeles Justice for Murdered Children, and we support SB 616.
233.
My name is Dimas Gonzalez, and I strongly support SB 616.
Line 220.
Hi, my name is Robert Young IV, Los Angeles, former prosecutor and domestic victims, violence victims advocate. I strongly support SB 616.
And line 255.
This is Helen Berger. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I strongly support SB 616.
And currently none further in queue.
Thank you, operator. We will now move to opposition. I have two opposition witnesses listed, Petra Dieter and Claudia Ovales. Are you with us on the telephone?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Mr. Chair and members of the committee, this is Dr. Petra Dieter. I'm speaking as a California constituent, a survivor of child abuse and domestic violence. I'm also speaking on behalf of the Heroes Circle, an organization that consists entirely of the adult survivors of child psychological abuse by one of our parents. With regard to the Section 4 amendment of the Section 3026 of the Family Code regarding the reunification therapy, this clause does not take into consideration pathogenic attachment and negative bonding. So, for example, reactive attachment disorder is a disorder that's listed in the DSM-5. Pathogenic attachment and negative bonding are psychologically abusive and damaging to children. Studies have shown that psychological abuse is just as damaging as physical or sexual abuse, even though it does not leave marks or bruises. We would not want a child to be with a sexually or physically abusive parent. Yet this clause is specifically prohibiting the court from being able to allow therapy while restricting or removing access of a child to a psychologically abusive parent. It's because the law failed to allow this type of reunification therapy for me and other members of my organization, that the damage caused by our attachment with our psychologically abusive parents has and continues to negatively impact all aspects of my life and those survivors like me. You heard the testimony of Piqui's mother about emotional abuse and how, in Piqui's case, emotional abuse led to murder. The number of children who are psychologically abused by one parent, while pathologically attached or negatively bonded to that parent, is 3 times the number of children with autism. And in addition, how we're cutting off the interpreters, because we'll temporary no access order with a step-up requirement for the psychologically abusive parent to take training and get approval before resuming access consider cutting off. Will supervised visit consider cutting off? When the language in the statute is not clear, it will create a problem in the practice. Now, regarding the Section 2, Item 3, about making California eligible for additional grant funding through federal funding, please put on the record that the legislative intent here is that the entire language of federal law regarding this program is not considered or implied to be inclusive here in this bill. Because if it is, then it should be, the entire language should be included in the bill analysis and be open for discussion before voting. So for this and more, we respectfully oppose this bill unless amended. Thank you.
Thank you. And then we also have Claudia Ovales.
Hello, Mr. Chair and members. My name is Claudia Ovales, and I oppose SB 616. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran, also a survivor of intimate partner violence, and I'm an advocate for veterans. My concern for SB 616 is the impact that it will have on military community, especially disabled veterans that are protected under the Americans with Disabilities Act, Section 504, the Rehabilitation Act, and Title II. While I agree with the protection of children, I also agree with the protection of rights. Denying a service member or disabled veteran unification treatment to promote connection and communication between family members is unfair. Denying them a right of service to reunify with their children will cause them more trauma and harm to the parent-child relationship. I request that you do not deny my fellow military brothers and sisters the opportunity to repair an attachment bond with their children. The bill would also have jeopardizing effects on trauma-related disabled veterans who are parents. Currently, the state of California has over 150,000 active duty service members and 92,000 active duty children. And that was pulled from Military One Source. In addition, I'm concerned about the legislative process of this bill. On February 18, 2021, an act was filed to amend sections of the Health and Safety Code relating to housing. SB 616, as introduced by Senator Rubio for an emergency housing and assistance program. From March 3rd of 2021 to May 10th, 2021, the bill went through various committees and was ordered to Assembly on May 10, 2021. Then on May 20th, 2021, it was referred to the Committee on Education. For over 13 months, this bill sat in Committee on Education. On June 2nd, it came from a committee with authors' amendments, was read a second time and amended and referred to the Committee on Education. On the same day, June 2nd, the bill was amended and at this point, the entire original SB 616 title and language were removed and replaced, and co-authors were added. The SB 616 was now an act to add and amend Family Code and Government Code relating to child custody. There was no Senate reading, debate, or vote when this enormous change occurred. The bill moved forward on SB 616, Child Custody, Child Abuse, and Safety, Piqui's Law, the Safe Child Act. It was never properly introduced, nor the bill ever went back before the Senate committee. In addition, this bill is being acted upon within 30 days of June 2nd. A bill may not be heard by committee until the 31st day after introduction. Your legislative rules also state a bill is introduced or read the first time when the bill number, the name of the author, and the descriptive title of the bill is read on the floor of the House. Again, SB 616, Child Custody, Child Abuse, and Safety, Piqui's Law, the Safe Child Act, was never introduced. There was a bait and switch that occurred on June 2nd, and there was no Senate committee hearing after that change. On behalf of myself and service members and veterans for children's rights, I oppose this bill entirely because I believe there's been a violation of Senate standards of conduct, and I wish to file a formal complaint pursuant to your Senate Rule 12.3. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We are still with opposition. Is there anyone in the hearing room who would like to indicate opposition to SB 616? We will not take further testimony, but name, affiliation, and opposition. Seeing none, operator, would you open the lines for anyone who would like to indicate opposition to SB 616? No further testimony, but name, affiliation, and opposition.
Thank you. Please press 10 at this time. We'll go first to line 228. Your line is open.
Hello.
Go ahead, please.
My name is Elizabeth Ossitarian, and I strongly support SB 616, Piqui's Law.
We'll go to line 272.
Yes, my name is Wade Hayashida. I'm a retired Los Angeles Unified Administrator, and I vigorously support Piqui's Law, SB 616.
All right, we are on opposition. Anyone opposed to SB 616?
I'm on the phone. Okay, yeah.
Line 271.
Hello.
Go ahead.
My name is. Am I on? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Hi, I am Michelle Malcolmson. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and I am a primary care doctor in San Francisco, where there has been an enormous amount of domestic violence. And our judicial system, I have learned firsthand.
I'm sorry, we're not taking further testimony,
putting,
just name, affiliation, and we're on opposition, so opposition to SB 616.
Okay, I support SB 616.
Thank you.
Line 177.
Hi, my name is Rael Lepenka, and I am in opposition, and I'm representing Mothers Against Child Abuse. I am also representing 38 other committees: Kids Hub, Colorado Coalition for Boys and Men, Kids Need Both, Fathers Against Discrimination, Family Against Fighting for Children's Rights, PAS Intervention, Chicago United Parents, National Parents Organization, Service Members and Veterans for Children's Rights, Parental Alienation Virtual Institute, Parental Alienation Study Group, International Council on Shared Parenting, Family Advocate Network Political Action Committee, Alliance of Parental Alienation and Family Reunification Practitioners, Coalition to End Domestic Violence, Find My Parent, International Support Network for Alienated Parents, the Heroes Circle, Together for Changes, Victim to Hero Institute, Respectfully PAC, Association of the Portuguese Para for Parental de Direitos dos Filhos, Boys Mentoring Advocacy Network, Colibra Italia, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo Foundation, Global Initiative for Boys and Men, Good Egg Safety CIC, Happy Parenting Malta, Parental Alienation Awareness International Network, Parental Alienation UK, Recover Our Kids, Split the Difference, Barnard Boen Umanga, Parental Alienation Europe. So our group plus 38 additional groups are in opposition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Line 46.
Is that me?
Go ahead, please.
Yes.
I somehow couldn't get in the queue, or I was told I was in the queue and wasn't called on. I heartily support SB 616. I am the aunt of a murdered child due to family court, and we need to protect our kids.
Thank you.
Thank you.
275.
Is it me?
Yes.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for doing this. My name is Dr. Sherry Safako, and I'm a victim of family court with fraud from judges and lawyers.
Sorry, we're not taking further testimony, just name, affiliation, and we are on opposition to SB 616.
No, I'm strongly support this.
Thank you.
And line 208.
Hello, my name is Angela Portugal. I am a mother and friend, and I strongly support SB 616. Thank you.
And 193.
Hello, my name is Elaine Farrell. I'm a grandmother, and Rebecca Farrell, a social worker. We're from Orange County, and we very strongly support SB 616, Piqui's Law.
So for those watching, we are on opposition. Operator, do you have any further opposition?
I can ask those that are in the queue to
How many more do you have?
10 again. We got 6 more.
Okay. Callers, we are on
We'll go
opposition to AB 616. We are no longer on support.
And you can remove yourself from the queue by repeating the 10 command. I'll go to line 211. We can go to line 278. That remove themselves. One moment here. We'll go to line 172.
Hi, I'm Marcos Navas in support.
Line 162. And with no response, we'll go to line 278.
I'm sorry, I missed the support. Jamie Gross in support of SB 616.
Line 254. Line 254. We'll go to line 231.
This is Kate Kane. I also missed the support. I am a trauma-informed divorce coach, and I strongly support SB 616.
All right. Thank you. Operator, I think you should close the lines at this point, and I'll bring it back to the committee for questions, comments. Ms. Davies?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Senator, I want to thank you so much for bringing this forward. And Anna, I want to thank you for the courage to speak on behalf of your son and all children and really kind of pulling this curtain back and shining a bright light on these horrific acts. So you definitely have my support, and I would be honored to be a co-author on this. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Haney.
Thank you. I also want to thank you, Senator, for your leadership, and Ms. Estevez for your courage. And I know this has been a long journey for you to make sure that we prevent, with everything that we have, what happened to Piqui, and to make sure that no parent has to go through that. And also I want to recognize all of the parents, the mothers, especially who called in and who are here for their loss. You know, when you look at family court and what happens there, the health and well-being of a child, the safety of a child has to be put first. And there are clearly ways that we can do that better than we are now. And I think you've identified them in a very thoughtful way. The presumptions, the training, the funding that can go into it, making sure that everyone involved in this process puts the safety of a child at the forefront, and that will save lives. So thank you for all of the work, the many years of leadership to get to this point. And I would also love to be added as a co-author, and I'll move the bill if that hasn't already been done. And thank you so much for being here and your leadership.
Thank you. We do have a motion. Is there a second? And a second. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Further comments, questions? Seeing none, Senator, you may close.
Thank you, all of you, for listening to this. This has become a personal fight for myself. I've known Anna since her child was murdered. She's from my city, and she carries Piqui everywhere she goes. And I really want to thank you for this, and all the other mothers who are still trying to heal and overcome such tragedy. With that, I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. That motion is due pass. Call the roll, please.
Stone?
Aye.
Stone, aye. Cunningham? Aye. Cunningham, aye. Bloom? Davies? Aye. Davies, aye. Haney? Haney, aye. Kalra? Kiley? Mainshine? Reyes? Bonta? Wicks?
So that bill needs 2 more votes, so I'll put it on call. Thank you.